Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after? Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, let's start off by giving all honors and glory and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, the men that told me this truth. Peace and salutation, Barak Thumb, to all you sincere Akim that's laboring in this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and as we see right now what Trump is ready to do, okay, Nero 47, they're about to bring the new way of how you make payments, okay, which is the Cbdc, which is the central bank digital currency. They want to do away with the old way of having cash. They're about to, do away with it because it's the time. This is the time, man. This is the time that the elites been waiting for to push forward their agenda. And ultimately, it's going to lead to the MOTB. All right. The Cbdc is not the MOTB, according to Bible prophecy written in Revelation, the 13th chapter. The MOTB is the actual microchip. All right. Which is going to be implanted in people, whether in their hands or their foreheads, to link direct payments to. All right. But with the CBDC system, it's basically using this system as a way of where they're going to eventually crash the economy, and they're going to have no other choice but where people are going to have to use this way of making purchases, transactions, right? And we see what's going on right now with the whole Iran, U.S., Israel war out there in the Middle East. And this is what's going to lead to an economic collapse, because right now the Strait of Hormuz is currently closed. OK, it was open just yesterday, and now they closed it back because of Israel striking Lebanon. So let's see, this can ultimately lead to where, because this is where many countries, many nations depend on the Strait of Hormuz to use that strait to distribute oil throughout the world. At least 20% of the global ships use that strait, that passage to conduct business throughout the whole world. So that's affecting the price of oil, price of gas, the price of energy. Everything is going up, food prices, okay, because of what's going on. And now they want to set up tolls, along the passageway. So that can be maybe where you paying in digital currency. All right, because right now you currently have to pay in the Chinese yuan. So pretty soon it might be the digital yuan. It might be the U.S. Stablecoin, USD stablecoin, or Russia ruble. You see what I'm saying? So right now what you see is these nations, they're fighting for who's going to be the one that's going to usher in this whole new world order system, as far as who's going to be that country. Because for one, the petrodollar is devaluing every day. That's why you have certain nations that's dealing with the BRICS nations, you know what I'm saying? Because right now you're seeing the collapse of the dollar bill and trading in oil and, backing it up with any other currency is going to devaluate the petrodollar. That's why I say that, that's why America is fighting so hard to take over the Strait of Hormuz, because they know that they already got Venezuela. So they want to try to get Iran and shut down control of the Strait of Hormuz in order to have it where either the stable coin is going to be the top cryptocurrency that's going to be used, all right, for trading oil. All right. So let's see how things play out. But right now we're seeing that things are moving fast. And, pretty soon, because you got to remember back in 2016, Trump, he made it where he wanted to develop an entry system where, you would have to have some type of device where you're able to be tracked, whether it's sea, land, or air, right? He made that known back in 2016. Now, fast forward now, right? Because at the end of the day, Trump is he's not in control of nothing, all right? He's being, he's a puppet for the higher ups, all right? For the international bankers, okay? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, these are the ones that are basically the puppet masters, and Trump is a puppet. That's all he is, all right? He's not doing anything on his own. He's not making no moves. You see what I'm saying? People would think, oh, Trump, he's so intelligent, he's doing this, he's doing that. No, this is something they've been planned, all right? But let me get something real quick. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 12. He said, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right? The Lord is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty being these elites, all right? Particularly Esau, Edom, because they think that they're going to usher in their new world order, and it's going to be where all the masses are going to be chipped, and they're going to have world domination and control over everybody, right? The Lord is going to make them set it up, but they're going to fail. They're going to fail horribly. All right. They're not going to, be what it tells you. Matter of fact, in Job, the 20th chapter, it tells you that he shall be in straits. When he's ready to fill his belly, he shall be in straits, meaning a position of difficulty. All right. He's not going to be able to successfully accomplish his goal. All right. Of a new world order, his enterprise. Right. So it says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong, man. All right. Because at the end of the day, all this doing is fulfilling prophecy. That's all Esau is doing. All right. And, as soon as this thing is out there, because you got to remember, World War III cannot pop off officially until these things are set in place. As far as the Cbdc, that's going to be here for a little bit, and then eventually that's going to phase out, and it's going to be the ultimate payment system is going to be the chip. All right, because that's according to Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 16 on down. And if you take that chip, that mark, you will be destroyed in the lake of fire. All right, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you will be destroyed. That will be your judgment for taking that mark. Okay, matter of fact, let me get another scripture, because America as a whole, this place is right now monetarily is in debt. All right, it's what I forgot the amount, is in the trillions. You know what I'm saying? And all it's going to do is lead to more debt. And what they're trying to do is just try to prolong time of using America's debt and putting it into stable coin, cryptocurrency. That's all they're doing. All right, which is going to lead into more debt. So let me get something. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, and at verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." You see? So if you're trusting in this system, a broken system at that, all right, the Lord said he would have healed Babylon, but it's not healed. You know, Babylon being America, this place is not going to be healed, man, because the Lord is going to eventually destroy this place. All right, first financially, okay, and then physically. All right, and Egypt is a code word for America as well. All right, because this place is spiritual Egypt, according to Revelation 11 chapter verse 8. You know what I'm saying? And like ancient Egypt, you know, America deals with witchcraft. Just this whole banking system is sorcery, man. Going into what? Babylonian money magic. All right, where you print money out of thin air. For one, the money is not backed by anything. No gold, no silver, no nothing, right? And that's why they created the Federal Reserve Bank, which is Federal Reserve Bank is nothing but a privately owned bank for the elites. All right, but they'll make it seem for you people to believe that this bank is an actual bank from the government. All right, which is a privately owned bank from the elites, man. All right. And it says, whereon if a man lean, right, if you lean on this place, if you rely on this place to save you, right, it will go into his hand and pierce it. In other words, when the time come, a lot of you are going to rely on this chip, the mark of the beast, which that's how it's going to be. It's going to be where it's going to be penetrated in your hand, all right, or in your forehead for payments, to make transactions. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to, pay rent, pay your bills, pay mortgage, pay car notes. All right. Go to the grocery stores, wash your clothes, none of that shit. If you don't have this system, if you don't have that chip, you're not going to be a part of the system. You're going to be cast away. All right. So it says it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. And the new modern day Pharaoh is DJT, your boy Nero. All right. He's that cruel Lord, man, spoken about in Isaiah the 19th chapter. You see, so if you trust in Trump and you trust in his ways and trust in this system, guess what? You're in for a rude awakening, man. All right. Eventually, this place is going to go down and you're going to go down right along with it. OK, this ain't the time to trust in this system, man. As you so-called blacks, Latinos and Native Americans, you Israelites should know. All right. You know, you're not supposed to trust your enemy, man. This man is our enemy. OK, that's why is war going all over the place, man. It would never be peace, man. So that whole ceasefire for the next 2 weeks, that was all bullshit, man. All right. Because the scripture says they shall say peace and safety, then what? Sudden destruction shall come. It will never be peace on the earth as long as the wicked is in power. The wicked is ruling, it would never be peace, man. Okay? Because that's how the Lord set it up. The so-called white man, you know, he's a great manipulator. All right? It says his words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. All right? That's all the so-called white man is. He's all about chaos, man. War. All right? So eventually this thing is going to eventually lead to World War III, but World War III cannot happen unless the mark of the beast is being implemented and made where, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're going to be forced to receive this, man, or you're not going to be able to do anything here in this society. So this is the change that you're about to see, you're about to witness right now, the change of the current system, which is cash, and now they're going to make it where you're going to be paying in digital currency, cryptocurrency. Okay. And then eventually it's going to be the MOTBs. That's why they have it where on your phone. All right. They're making it easy where you could download these apps, Apple Pay, Apple Wallet, you know, Google Pay, you know, same shit. Where you take your phone and you use your phone, right, to make payments, right? You in the wherever, Dunkin' Donuts, you in the Starbucks, whatever, right? You use your phone, you make your payment, boom. Now it's going to be where soon in the near future is going to be where the payment system is going to be embedded in you. It's going to be in your body. It's going to be in your hand or in your forehead. All right. This is the reason why they're trying to merge man and machine together. All right. The fourth industrial revolution. This is what we're about to come into. All right. This is going to be a reality very soon. And this is the reason why they're going to break down the old system and build up the new system. Like Biden said, build back better. Right. The Great Reset. This is something they've been wanting to establish. And now it's here. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it there. All praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Till the next time, I say Shalom.